Alright, so, hi guys. Sorry I didn't record last week for, the story. Got busy with college work. But we're gonna go ahead and get the review out of the way, and then hopefully, I will record tomorrow and get the story as well. But as for the review, what are we reviewing this week? Well, we're reviewing Mugen Souls. So, Mugen Souls is a lovely game. The main character, her name is the pink-haired one. Her name is Shushu. She is accompanied by Altus, the green-haired winged one, and Ryuto, the blue-haired one. Shushu saw 7 shining worlds when she awoke and decided she was going to conquer them. And that is the premise of the story. Premise of the game. You will love this game if you have played the Disgaea series. It is just as fun and ridiculous as those games. Now, this game does have stereotypes because it is making fun of the stereotypes. The very first world is making fun of JRPGs. The main character in that world is Soul, and I do mean main character. His name is Soul. He is the hero of that world, and he literally goes into houses and, like, robs people. And it's fine. And he will literally go, you know, like magic teleportation thingy and level up and that kind of stuff. And he decides what his party members wear, aka armor. And he's going to save the princess, and he has to level up, and he has to defeat the demon lord, and so forth, right? And then there's the princess, Sandy, who looks very much like a princess. And it's very much making fun of the stereotype that she very much looks like a princess and sounds like a princess and is very, oh my goodness, why are you doing kind of stuff. So just like giving the premise of it's very much making fun of those stereotypes, guys. And in this game, in order to conquer the world, you have to make the hero and demon lord of each world your peons. So you just have, in other words, you just have to figure out what their desires are. So in order to do that, Shushu has. Give me 1 second. Not that one, this one. Shushu has these different forms. They are all different forms, they all have different personalities, and they all have different looks. I'm not going to get into what each one of them are. You can find that out in the game, but they are all hilarious and fun. You also use them to conquer the world, and you can also use them to defeat your enemies with what's called moe kills. Moe kill is very simple. I will even show it to you here in a second. And same with how you take care of the world. I will explain that. But if you want to 100% the game, you need to moe kill pretty much all the enemies because each of these lovely versions of her have a charm percentage, and you have to get the charm up to 100% to 100% this game. Also, moe kills will give you the most out of the battles. But moe kills do take longer to do than just beating up the enemy, so keep that in mind. Now, as for what a moe kill looks like, give me 1 second, I'm gonna pull that up. So this is what a moe kill in battle looks like. You have 3 different things that you choose for phrases. You can see that this person is currently in hyper, which is the green-haired one. The large crystals, hyper moe, their affinity for moe kills is hyper. Crystals you can't kill, but they will automatically change the enemies to either be peons, which is pink. Blue will make the enemy stronger, and gold, the yellow, which is gold, will just turn them into more money. So you want to try and moe kill, which is the pink, as much as you can. As you can see, like I said, the large crystal is hyper, and the kobold soldier is sadist. And you could have two kobold soldiers, and they could each have a different moe kill that they like. And as for the different forms of shushu, you can change them only a certain number of times per battle. Outside of battle, you can change them as often as you wish. Speaking of battles, well, yeah, we'll go ahead and finish talking about moe kills and moeing. So, turn that one off, and give me 1 second. This is what a world looks like. Let me make this just slightly bigger, guys. Okay, so this is what a map of a world would look like. This is like the land of the seven lights. If there are warp ports, you would see them. Save crystals, how you get back to G Castle, which is your airship, where you currently are. If there are monsters, if there are any events. So this person had already peoned all of the master points, but if you had found a master point and hadn't peoned it, it would be the purple icon with the smiley face. Those could be anything from giving gold of a certain item amount, to giving an item, to killing a certain number of enemies. So, those are things that you will need to, keep in mind. And some of them also, they each also only prefer different versions of shushu. That is also a thing to keep in mind for that as well. So, and if you fail, then you end up getting thrown into a battle. So, free XP. But speaking of what battles generally look like, so this is a battle. You can freely move around the thing up until you get to where like the purple outline is. So you have pretty good movement, honestly. You have your attack, you have your skill, you have your item. If you want to switch out with someone in your backup party, if you want to retreat, if you want to defend, there's a thing called a peon ball, which you can use every so often. And you do have to watch, because there's a percentage up where it currently says that you're choosing to attack. Because if you don't use it before it gets to like 100%, it will explode on yourself and you can kill yourself, depending on how big it is. Right now, this person's peon ball is 28 meters, so just keep that in mind. Then there's moe kill, and then there is change, which changes shushu's form. You can have blast off turned on or off. That is up to you. You can have the animations for their attacks that link up turned on and off. You can have the peon ball turned to attack or to heal. So in other words, when it hits and kills enemies, it can heal you. That's up to you. There are other types of battles though. Give me 1 second to turn this one off and scroll up. So there are also these ship battles. It's rock, paper, scissors is really what it is for these ship battles. And you will have a little, I'll show you what a shampooer is, but you'll have a little shampooer essentially be like, this is what such, it'll give you like, it looks like they're about to do this, or they seem really strong, or they're holding back. And you can guesstimate on what they're going to do. These aren't typically really hard. I never once died to a ship attack. To the ship ones. So they aren't terribly hard. Speaking of shampooters, This is what a shampuru is. You get them from battles and from ship battles. You need them because that is actually, believe it or not, that's how you upgrade your ship. That is also your ship's ammo. So you do need a lot of them. And how you get different versions of them is by moe kills. So doing a lot of moe kills, again, helps you out in game. But yeah, again, moe kills do take a little bit longer time. Speaking of your ship, let me find your ship. This is your ship. So this is your ship, and it's got an item, like a general item weapon shop up top. It's got a clothing shop, which can increase like your base stats by having different clothing options on. You'll see general different party members as you accumulate different party members. It's got a bathhouse, which can increase your stats for a little bit of time. It's got a salon shop, which you can create NPCs. And then there's kind of something, if you've played Disgaea, there's something like an item world that you can go in and train in. So there's all of those. And again, if you want 100%, you're going to need to make the NPCs because you're going to need to make their classes and their combination classes. And so you can use kind of like the item world, I forget what it's called right offhand, to train them and such. The little infinity markers you see, those are always events. And you should always talk to people on your ship, because they will 9 chances out of 10 just give you stuff. So, especially in between, like when each chapter starts, they are more than likely to give you stuff. Speaking of what if you go to a world and you're deciding where to land, so this person's completely peoned the world, so their peon rate is 120%, meaning they've completely peoned it. So they've peoned the first, second, and third area. The third area unlocks after you get halfway through. So you will only have the first 2 areas until you get halfway through the game. The third area will not be available at all until you get halfway through the game. And halfway through the game is Feels. Feels.exe. So until then you can't over 100% a world. Well, no, they haven't. So they haven't 120% of the world, so they haven't completely like knocked it out, but they've 100%ed it. You can 200% it once you get the third area unlocked. But this is what it looks like when you are selecting a place to land. So it looks really, really beautiful, and the game itself is kind of pretty. Not kinda, it is pretty. I'm not gonna lie, even for being a game that's relatively old, it's pretty. And it does have a sequel, Mugen Souls Z, and that's pretty as well. Sorry if you can hear the truck in the background. It is hot. The AC is broken at my job, so we have the windows open because, again, it is hot. But let's talk about this is what the menu looks like, the main menu. So arrange is changing your party order. Equipment is, the different equipment. Clothing, like I said, you can change the clothing items. This isn't from mine. This is a picture I got off of Google. I'm not gonna lie. The items, the peon datas, so that literally the different like shampoos and your ship and that kind of stuff. Status, system, money, Mugen points. So that you need to use to upgrade your like skills and stuff and make stuff. Money, of course, to buy stuff. So they have Shushu. They're pretty far in the game because they have Ballerina, Altus, and then this is someone that they made. This is someone you can make in the salon area. So that they are leveling up, it looks like. So there is that as well. So yeah, this game, like I said, I enjoy. It is an older game. You do get feels about halfway through it. Again, this game has stereotypes, but it is making fun of those stereotypes. Definitely bring a box of tissues because it's not the feels you were expecting. And it is out for Switch. I wanted to make sure. I wasn't sure. It is out for Switch. But yeah. And so but yeah, so the moe kills, it does take wait, they do take really long, and like the peon salon, if you do it, you'll eventually unlock the other classes, but don't really feel like doing it. So, that is, that's another like big issue of mine with the game. But overall, this is a solid game. So, again, um, dear Lord, when you have so many pictures that you put so you can have everything ready. Mugen Souls, I would give. Do I not have the? Give me 1 second. It looks like I don't have the regular like rating. I would give a 4 out of 5. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And as for the next review, I will hopefully upload it next week and not have any issues. So see you guys in the next review next week.